Questions, I got an answer here today. Today is an action day and I can feel it already. We're going to be talking about medical questions today. We have Graham Tuttle coming on, Barefoot Sprinter, and we also got a pelvic floor specialist, Martha from London. It is going to be a crazy day and it's good to be back. It feels like I've been gone for a whole week. I have been gone for a whole week. I tried to get on and try to make things function, but Instagram had a different idea, and we've had our share of issues with Instagram, but it's not just us, it's everybody in the world. Instagram went down, and getting people on and off of the stories and getting people on lives was a problem all last week. So we're back, we're in force. Welcome, welcome. Put down in those comments right there how you're feeling today, because I'm feeling fired up, and I mean fired up. Haven't seen you forever, because you've also been gone. Yeah. So what happened is we went to Los Angeles. We went to Las Vegas and Los Angeles to do some media, so do some podcasts, and we had some super uber celebrities that we're working with to promote our programs, and we were working with them there. I actually saw Jeremy Piven from Entourage. He was up on our story there a couple days ago. We'll be having some videos coming out. And also take care of some of our family members. Pierrick, Tiffany, who runs all of our volunteer program, coaching program, who set it up and put it all together with Aisha. Tiffany's brother had a brain injury. You saw, if you go on our story right now, you'll see it. He's in a coma. And I had to tell you, man, talking to him, he's like, can you imagine being in a coma and being able to hear people telling you to turn off, to shut it down, that it's not going to work, and hearing that while you're in the coma? That's a trauma. You think you have trauma, you think you have stress in your life? I worked with him and completely had a reversal in 45 minutes. Will I be back in California anytime? Yeah, we'll be back there for an event. And for those of you guys who are watching, all you loyal devotees who saw it come up, we put a 24-hour notice up that we're going to be at a beach, and about 100 people showed up, a little less than 100. Congratulations. That way I got to actually work with people, because when there's 500 or 1,000 or 1,500 or 2,000, it's really hard to see everybody, but this one I saw every person there. Oh, you sent your friend to the beach. Was that the lady from the UK, the intuitive healer? There were some people that got sent to the beach. I saw that. Will you be back in California? Yes, we will be. If you have any issues, like a bilateral ulnar nerve issues, numbness, 4 or 5, both hands, please DM us and we'll give you instructions. It's way too much to answer right here, but basically we'll give you instructions. And if it's not in our database already, it'll come up to me. So that's the best way to get questions answered. Coming on live to get your question answered is probably not the best thing, because it takes a while to answer the question. And if I'm answering one person's question, I eliminate everybody else. So we have the answers for you. You can call, you can message in. Okay. Can you guys do me a favor? Can you hit this button, send it out to a few friends? I think a bunch of people he's not there for a week, and give me a bunch of likes. Yeah, right there. Likes. I can see, listen, I can see if you're doing it or not. Like, go over there right now, push that button, send it to some friends, and give me some likes. I'm not asking, I'm telling. Just kidding. Good to see you. Yeah, missed you all too. But we are going to be changing the format. We're going to be going to more podcast style, and we are moving our entire platform. I'm moving all of my conversations over to Perform. There is enough information out there. If you want to heal your body, there's enough information between all of our videos, all of our content, all of our programs, all of our coaches, all of our practitioners, where you can heal your body. You don't need me. Guaranteed, you don't need me for that. So we're going over to the performance program. We haven't named it yet, but we're going to be producing a 12-month journey in which you get to go with us and you get to learn about your body in a new way, because we've never, ever, ever told anybody what we believe about the human body, or what I believe. I've leaked out pieces of it, but the question is, why do fascial maneuvers work so well? Well, it can't just because of a stretch. I mean, there's lots of other stretching programs, lots of things that look like it. Yoga kind of looks like it. Fascial stretch therapy looks like it, but why don't those therapies, why don't they produce the results of fascial maneuvers? Well, because there is a process behind it. There's a belief system that goes behind it. There is science that we are going to reveal one step at a time. Hey, Stacy. Hello in Ireland. Came back feisty, yeah. Damn right I'm feisty. It's an Aries day. Don't you guys feel it? Didn't you have people honking at you a little extra? Didn't you have people like pushing you? Weren't you a little bit fired up over the messages today? If you were, put that in the comments. How are you feeling right now? Are you feeling fiery? Are you feeling like you got to take action on something? Is somebody pushing your buttons? Hey, Annie and Scott, you two would be great talking together. Yeah, how are you guys feeling? Put it down there in the comments right now. Like, what is your feeling coming in today? Because tomorrow is a manifest day in Pisces. Yes, a bit. Yeah. All the time feeling. Are you an Aries? Feeling determined, yes. Aries full force today, absolutely, right. Why am I so sensitive? They do push my buttons, yeah. Started fussing over a coat this morning already, but feeling strong and grounded, yeah. Feeling suffocated. Yeah, podcast is great. Yeah, oh, geez, do I have a picture? Second here. How do I get that picture?
Which one? One of you and Penny Ken.
Yeah. Can you bring it up on your phone? Bring it up on your phone. Yeah, I'll be posting a picture. It's on your phone. It's in the chat. Yeah, so we're going to be changing our format. I'm going to be doing more of a podcast style format, but I'm going to spend all my time talking to people who want to perform in their life. You legitimately don't need me to fix something in your body. There's so much content. If you're still wondering how to fix your back, your shoulder, your neck, your autoimmune, your Parkinson's, your MS, or any of those things, we've been demonstrating for years that it works. Just do the resets. 28-day reset. Follow the supplement guide. Get the chemicals out of your life. It works. You got DE, had first bath. That's awesome. Yeah, and what we're gonna do is we're gonna take the conversation to the side of performance, which means that I'll answer any question as long as it's not how to fix something. You guys see something? Yeah, that was a gas. He took off his shirt to do a picture, and he was talking about it in the podcast, how people are like, you know, these health influencers scared to take off their shirt. And I'm like, he took off his shirt, and I'm like, I'll take off my shirt. One of the most profound podcasts I've ever done. He has 35 million. He does content for kids, fun content, but he has 35 million on TikTok and 1.5 million on Instagram. Yeah, I want you to know the truth about how I see the body. I want you to know how the body works from my point of view, because I do not believe that you can fully heal your body and move forward in your body if you still have the belief that you currently have about the body. because for me, I had to move to a new belief about how the body worked in order for me to do the transformation. And if you guys see the pictures of me when I was in LA, you know what? The good thing about my body is the fascia moves so quick. When I was in LA and Vegas, the water there is so horrible in Vegas. There's so many chemicals in the water. We started tightening up. Jay and I started tightening up to the point where it was like a bag had shrunk on us. And by the time we got to LA, and next time what we're doing is we're putting a travel kit to literally. Next time I come to LA, sorry all you LA people, I'm getting vitamin C shower heads, vitamin C bath bombs. I'm shipping my own damn sheets out there. It's not worth it to go into the chemical environment because there's enough chemicals in the air out there. Never mind the chemicals that are in the water and stuff like that. Yeah. If I lived in Vegas, vitamin C shower head, vitamin C bath bombs. Get that as quick as you can. The amount of chemicals that are in the water, and we're doing some heavy research on this right now because there's a lot of disinformation about this. There's a lot of weird stuff. Yeah, and we're gonna have Graham Tuttle, Barefoot Sprinter, come up. He's gonna talk at. And we also got time zone change coming here. That only affects us, not you guys. Okay. Yeah, if you want to share this, the healing works of this, 28-day reset, lifestyle artist program. Rebecca Dallas Rose on a green screen. Hello, Rebecca Dallas Rose. Hello, Rebecca Dallas Rose. I hear you fumbling around with your phone. Hello, Rebecca Dallas Rose. I see a green screen. In Mexico, we do have water treatment, but we're also on a cenote. So, yeah. And we do use the ionizers. We use the Alcaviva ourselves. And when I don't have an Alcaviva, we got a new product coming up. It's really cool because I can get like filtered water. That's not completely pure. Like Evian is a good water. Here, I'm gonna get you out, Rebecca. Sorry. Rebecca, are you there? Do you want to talk? Okay. Maiden Valley. Okay. Not sure what that was. Amber Butler. Yeah, and the dryness for sure. Yeah, makes a big difference to the water. Hello. Coach Amber Stellar Butler. Okay. We got lots of shy people today. Alexandra. Hey, Mark Lou, 33. 29 degrees Sag. Well, that was weird. Everybody that I went to bring up was everybody I went to bring up, Mariana, was not expecting to be brought up. Oh my gosh. Yeah, keep giving me send this out to a few people. Tell them Gary's back in the house. Hey,
The boys are back in town.
you had him. Okay, I'm trying to bring up somebody else. Punta Cana's water is not good also. Yeah, so if I had a house in like say Calgary or LA right now, I'd get a full water treatment system on the house. I would invest in that. And I would still use the alkalizer for the ionizer for the water I drink. If you're not able to, a vitamin C shower head and vitamin C bath bombs, the vitamin C actually takes out the chemicals. It neutralizes and takes it out. And really, really powerful, easy to use. It's not expensive. Vitamin C shower heads are like 80 to 100 bucks. Just go to a H2 Water Experts if you're asking about the water ionizer. It's the Alcaviva system. So we make H3O2. Anahita. Lymphedema, absolutely. But you got to take the minerals and you got to get diatomaceous earth, the Irish moss. Hey, how
Good
are you?
morning. I'm driving. I'm being a bad girl. Just wanted to say hi.
Yeah, wow. You look very different than the other morning already.
Yeah, I have makeup on.
Yeah.
Yes.
No.
No,
You
in a good way.
tone
You
out.
mean from the maneuvers, you mean?
Yeah. How was so I mean, you had a big issue on your back.
I did. I still have a little bit of it. Since I've been doing the 28-day reset, I've been having different parts of my back,
Yeah.
back pain. And I think that's just
It,
past trauma being
it's
released
unwinding.
because
Yeah.
it
Unwinding.
moves.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, back pain that moves, it's unwinding. So you can do extra credits to the lower reset. And the other one
Okay.
you can do is lower reset, psoas release, and then pull over and swinger. Lower reset,
Okay.
psoas release, pull over and swinger. Those ones, because you think about this one, it's gonna get your back, swinger
Right.
gets your hip, pull over, gets all the stuff in the back. Yeah.
Yeah. You know how when I do the 15-minute one, that's the one when the second, after doing the twist, what's the one when you look up with your hands behind your neck? That's the one when
Anti-gravity.
yeah, that's the one that causes I don't think, not in a bad way, but it causes the release. It's pulling my back apart.
Yeah.
Pulling them.
It's trying to
Yeah.
stretch your fascia and you're
Right.
stuck. So that's why you do the pull over like that. And you do pull over and you do the psoas release. If you have a back issue, move the front. If you keep stretching the
Uh,
back, your back issue will get worse. You got to do the front. So
oh,
go do the lower reset and just go through that in addition to the movements you go through, or replace the movements on the 28-day reset with those ones. And then do pull over, swinger, and extra psoas release. That back issue should go away. I touched your back. It should go away. You should have
yes.
no back issues within a couple of days, 3 days.
Okay. Yeah, I'll do that. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Where are you guys now?
Back
Mexico?
to Mexico.
Okay. Hey, enjoy. Have a fun time. Thanks
Bye,
so much.
Anahita.
So special. Thanks. Bye.
Bye. Feeling my back. Lisa Eddy, thumb torque. I need to do those too. I've been doing backwards. Hello, Lisa Eddy.
Hi, I knew you were going to call me.
Oh yeah?
That's the beauty of being intuitive, right?
Are you a Pisces?
No, I just pulled up my chart for you because I knew you were going to call me. I'm a double Taurus with a Leo moon.
What degree of Taurus?
So I don't understand how to read it. When I look at the
Well,
sun, I see two.
it'll say Sun, 15-degree Taurus, or
Okay, so I'll tell you what I see. So I see 2 Taurus, and then I see 32 and a 48.
yeah. So
I don't know what that means.
you're a 2-degree. You're a Cancer Taurus. So you're a community builder. You feel everything. You're a caregiver.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
Okay.
And what's your moon? Taurus.
Leo.
Oh, and what's the number in front of it?
Moon 26.
Oh, Capricorn, Leo. So it's like teacher of the heart. So when you're not following your heart, you get it all over your life.
Oh, yeah.
Hmm.
You could say that. Thank you for choosing me today. I woke up, I'm puffy, and it's making me look older lately. And I don't even do dairy. I don't know what the hell's going on, but I will tell you this because I know you'll understand it, that I have been under spiritual warfare, spiritual attack, primarily my entire life. But I went through something really extreme that I've been recovering from. I'm just healing from PTSD, so I have a little bit of a hard time still doing a lot. I'm trying to work, and so going online and trying to even do an hour video of the fascia work is a lot for me
Sure.
right now.
Where do you live?
Pardon me? I live in Northern California, just in Marin, right outside of San Francisco.
Okay.
I was thinking of coming to LA, but I wasn't sure if that was just for practitioners or if like anyone can come.
Yeah, I look at there's classes starting up all over the world, but you can do them online too. But you are, what I feel is super blocked here, and it's because you're not expressing what's on your heart. And spiritual warfare is when you're open, your heart's flowing. There is no warfare. Spiritual warfare technically is you're battling yourself.
I think there's about a battle of light and dark on the planet. I think it's way bigger than me. This is like I came here to anchor the light, and I have been under attack my entire life, Gary.
Okay. Slow down for a second. So I get it. There's always been light and dark, and without the dark, the light doesn't exist.
Totally.
The light is the new kid on the block. The light's only been around for a short time. The dark's been there forever.
Right.
So you're right, but dark doesn't mean evil, because dark has to exist for light to exist.
I get that.
So you are feeling it in your reality because you draw everything in your reality is what you're going to see. We get into a room, you're going to see a completely different thing than I see because of your astrology, because of your training, your background, your traumas, all that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And I can tell you from my own experience, from having PTSD, 8 concussions, I have legitimate reasons to also to like fear shit around me. I've been attacked by governments, put in prison, all kinds of stuff.
Yes.
So here's what I'm saying is that your heart is blocked and you're not speaking your truth.
That's interesting because I feel like I am. I'm a communicator. I'm a podcaster. I'm on pause right now. I actually stand up. I speak on domestic violence and women's empowerment. Like domestic violence is a segment. I help educate our children on the markers of abuse to avoid them from getting into these relationships like I was in. You know, even as a child, that's what I came into. My daughter was legally stolen from me by wrongfully being turned against me. So, and to understand the extremes, it sounds like I went through, or you
You're
did
telling
too.
me all the details.
Right.
Yeah. How do you feel about it? That's the truth of your heart. You're sharing with me facts. There you go.
I'm annihilated.
That's it. That's the truth. So speaking, people talk all the time. Yeah. It's about what this is doing to you. So it sounds like it feels like you're getting the story told over again. What happened to you when you were young?
But it's interesting because I don't know how to move. Like, I feel like I do so much good work and there is so much beauty in my life, but there's always this shadow that like is really intense.
Okay, give me your Chiron. Looks like Chiron, kind of like chakra.
14.
14 what?
So it says 14 before it, and then it says Aries. Is that right?
Yeah,
Aries.
yeah. You get the toughest Chiron. You basically 14 is speak your mind. Aries is about fire. It's want to fight. So when you're triggered, you want to fight. Okay.
Yeah.
Here's the way that the world works. If I put my hand up to yours and push, you push back automatically without even me saying anything.
Mm-hmm.
So you came into this world with an Aries Chiron, which means literally you came into this world with your fists up. And you're walking around with your fists up. And when you got your fist up, likely people are going to punch you. And 14 is what belongs to your heart, what you think about and communicate. So you're here to communicate on your heart, but you're communicating details, which is Aries, structure, order, details. But you're being asked to communicate what's on your heart. So you can talk about issues all day long, but
right.
But for you, the solution is, who am I as a result of those issues? What is happening to me? There's enough people talking about issues.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So you're a podcaster. Great. I'm glad that you're doing that.
I'm also I'm starting to do a keynote speaker. I know that speaking is my life, and I'm really good at it.
Yeah, you're 14 degrees, Aries. You're leadership in speaking.
I feel that. Like I'm definitely on purpose.
Like 14s
are
communicators. They're never afraid to talk about it. And Aries are leaders, right? The dark side of that is is that if you're not communicating leadership, the world will keep giving you problems until you do.
Okay, so when you say communicating that, you mean like in my stance, like knowing that I'm safe because I am, knowing that like not operating in fear or not
Yeah,
operating
but do
in
you know
fight.
that?
No, I don't feel safe.
Okay, so that I mean that's the first thing. It's that you're being asked to be authentic, and here's what's happening in the world today is we have all these people out there that are experts in all
Yeah,
these areas, but they're not authentic.
no, I know.
And authenticity is a higher frequency than love.
I knew that. Thank you for the reminder. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's my.
So
I'm incredibly authentic, Gary.
yeah, I'm not saying that you're not an authentic person, but if you're acting out of the problem and talking and not expressing the truth of your heart, then it's not about the authenticity in the physical world. It's about the authenticity in the emotions. Because if I have, I'll give you an example, okay? So I'm a public figure.
Yes.
So I've always been a public figure in one way or another, good or bad. When I started to come on to TikTok and Instagram, because before I was in the clinic space, so I talked to doctors, but then I started talking to the public because the doctors weren't listening, literally.
Mm-hmm.
I tried to talk to the doctors, say, take this, do this, believe this way, and they're like, nah. So I started talking to the public. Well, for the first year and a half, I got caught pedophile, old man, fat. I had people attacking me, my personal character, running memes about me, attacking every video, coming into our DMs, sending stuff, talking to people, trying to find out my past. Literally attack, attack, attack. And I have, my partners, Jason and Cynthia at the time, were constantly talking me off a cliff because I want to go back and, my Aries, I have a lot of Aries in me, want to set the truth, want to be
Yes.
what's right, want to tell them the real story. That's not it. That's not me. You're right. And I would try to rationalize and reason with them. And the more I did, the more of it came at me.
Right.
So what I did was I stopped and I worked on me.
Right.
And I knew that it changed because all of a sudden none of that came at me anymore. But I didn't change anything.
Okay, so I would be curious to hear what you have to say because it's interesting because I do so much work. Like I hold a ton of light. I'm incredibly conscious. I operate from my heart. I'm incredibly loving. And there's this still happening, right? And I have felt that it was just the time we're in part of it. So what is it that you would share with me that you recommend?
Open up your heart. You're trying to
So,
protect your heart, and that is your projecting. And because of that, it doesn't matter what you say. When you're trying to protect your heart and you're trying to protect that little girl inside of you that was hurt, then the world's going to keep coming at you. I mean, you are born to be a communicator, and you're born to be a leader.
yeah.
But until that little girl is okay inside, you're going to keep getting pounded on day in day out. You got Aries. Aries is the toughest Chiron you can have. You when you were a soul, you said, okay, I'm gonna go down there. I want to be a community. I want to have this heartbeat focused. I want to help people. I want to do all this, but I have to have all these experiences before I do it. I got to have abuse when I'm a child. I got to have abuse in my relationships. I've got to not be heard when I'm supposed to. I've got to have people not listening to me. I got to not know how to speak up, so I'm going to talk a lot over here. Your earth tour guide's like, okay, yeah, I got the perfect parents, perfect situation. Boom, there you go.
I get that. Thank you.
Yeah, so basically, you created this mess, but you
Okay.
created it because you knew you're strong enough to move through it.
100. Like I feel like I am. That's where I'm lost. And like, but you're saying that I
Well,
think that I'm healing.
you think you are, but you don't feel you are because you don't feel safe. If you're through it, you would feel safe. So you're measuring yourself in the thinking part of this. And it's the feeling part of it that the world responding to. Dogs don't bite you because of what you think. They bite you because of an emotion.
Right.
People don't attack you people don't abuse you because of what you think. They abuse you because of something in here. People go like, well, yeah, I've lived with a narcissist. I've had such a rough life. And I'm like, there's a point in time when people will mature their way as they evolve their consciousness to realize that what I thought was my sexual abuse when I was young and all the abuse I had, including imprisonment, literally 27 months, 17 months of solitary confinement. I thought that I even when I got out, that they had done something wrong to me. But when I really got my head around it, I set that up so I could be this person today. But I became this person today because I faced that every single day. I got up and I learned how to open up my heart, and it wasn't easy.
So how do I open up my heart?
You forgive yourself. You're blaming yourself for everything. Say it now. Say it. I forgive myself.
I forgive myself.
Thank you, body, for holding all of this pain and trauma
Thank you, body, for holding all of this pain and trauma
until I was ready to process it.
until I was ready to process it.
I'm ready to process it now.
I'm ready to process it now.
I am speaking the truth of my heart.
I'm speaking the truth of my heart.
I'm now following my heart.
I'm now following my heart.
I'm no longer going to tell stories that keep me trapped in this pain.
I'm no longer going to tell stories that keep me trapped in this pain.
I forgive you, Father.
I forgive you, Father.
I know you did the best that you could do.
I know you did the best that you could do.
I'm standing here on my own now.
I'm standing here on my own now.
I feel safe in my body.
I feel safe in my body.
I feel safe expressing my truth.
I feel safe expressing my truth. Yeah, I feel a little shift.
You feel different, right?
Yeah.
What do you feel?
I want to say more present.
Mm-hmm.
More
Take a look around the room. Does it look different?
little. It might be brighter.
Brighter. Yeah. You feel lighter?
Yeah. I feel I also have a headache in this release, but like I started to say when I came onto the phone, I don't know if it was from crying that I've got a headache or if it's just from the release, but I was telling you I'm puffy lately, and I've met a man, and there's someone that it looks like he could be a phenomenal partner, and I think it's bringing this
Yeah.
forward.
Let's get rid of the grief. Okay.
Okay.
Take your hand, right hand, put it on your center bone. Go
Okay.
down the right a little bit, underneath the rib cage. Push it in. Put your left hand behind your neck. And breathe into your mouth. 2, 3, through your nose. 2, 3. I no longer want to hold this anger and resentment in my body.
I no longer want to hold this anger and resentment in my body.
I've been holding it for a long time.
I've been holding it for a long time.
I'm releasing it now.
I'm releasing it now
from all states of awareness.
from all states of awareness.
From all timelines.
From all timelines.
From all other lives.
From all other lives.
I'm transmuting this
I'm transmuting this
into compassion and caring
into compassion and caring
for myself.
for myself.
Breathe in through your mouth. 2, 3, through your nose. 2, 3. What do you notice?
There's a different feeling I'm trying to identify. I shed some stuff.
Go look in the mirror.
Oh yeah,
Less puffy.
yeah. I'm not usually a puffy person. This is very weird. Like I'm in the
No,
beauty
your
business.
body's talking to you. There's not usually anything. Your body's talking to you.
I know, but I've been in
It's
wellness.
language. Your body has to talk to you based upon what's happening.
And
If it's always the same, that means your body stopped talking.
Gary, you're gonna love this. Of course, it would come through my skin. I'm a beauty pro. Like I've been in the right. So and I pride myself in like aging well. And I'm like, what the fuck is happening? Why am I looking older lately? I'm all puffy. I'm like,
Okay,
and
so
I got
easy. Upper reset. You got to take the diatomaceous earth Irish moss. You got to get the supplements.
internal.
Yeah.
Okay.
And you got to do that. Right now, you in Northern California. I just spent a week in California. I literally looked like I aged 10 years in that week. I came back, and within 24 hours, my face had changed. You look at videos or pictures of me, I look completely different because I don't. My body is so fluid. My skin is so fluid and so adaptable right now that I showed the stress of the chemicals in California.
Yeah, I don't feel good here. I mean, I'm from here, but I don't resonate here anymore for a while.
Yeah, it's probably time to move, but before that, diatomaceous earth, Irish sea moss, doing the resets, do the upper reset. That'll take all of this. It'll change your face. It'll dramatically shift your face, and then get in the 28-day reset. I mean, that's the turning point because you can sit out here and watch these all day long. You can even do the resets and clear your body and feel good. But the 28-day reset starts to build the awareness of the tools that you need to change your life.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Gary, for this time.
You're calling on an Aries day, just so you know.
Of course, that's why you chose me today.
That's why you chose you today. I just showed up.
Thank you.
Sometimes share what's going on with you because you're going to have a change. Upper reset every day. Okay. Get the diatomaceous earth Irish sea moss.
Yes.
Send me a DM. I don't even want to trust that you're going to do it. Okay. Send me a damn DM and I'm going to send you out some supplements right away to get you started. Okay. Please do that right away because you're going to have a radical shift and it's going to shift everything about who you talk to, how they talk to you, everything.
Thank you, Gary. Really, really, really grateful.
All right.
Bye.
Yeah, the chemicals in LA have gone up. I mean, it was intense. And I have a very high capacity to clear them out, but what it showed was on my face. My face looked like I aged 10 years, literally just from the water. Yeah, if you're looking for what to use, just go and download our supplement guide. We'll explain it in there.
You've got about 10 minutes till Graham. Let's see if he's on there.
Is he?
I don't see him yet. I asked him, but I haven't heard back from him to come on early.
Sewage water. I mean, they clean the water. It's probably better than the crap they were sending you before. Hello.
Hello.
What's your name?
I'm Becky Swenson.
Hi, Becky. Where are you calling from, Becky?
I'm I'm in Colorado.
Colorado.
Parker. Yeah.
Parker? Where's
Yes.
Parker, Colorado?
Parker is like 30 minutes south of Denver.
Oh, okay. And when's your
Yeah.
birthday?
My birthday is November 18th.
Oh, perfect. I can't really see it, but
It's not
what does it say?
foggy. 26 degrees sun and Scorpio. I'll just turn it back around and tell
Oh
you.
yeah, okay. So you're a Capricorn Scorpio. Woo!
I
You're a
am.
get it done
And
girl. Don't lie to you, because if you lie to you, you'll create social retribution. You'll punish
I
people who
know.
lie to you.
Oh my gosh, it's so hard to be in relationships with people who lie. Yes. Tails LLC. I teach energy medicine yoga with fascia maneuvers in Parker too,
Oh,
with Beyond the Mat
have you been
Yoga
doing that for a long
Collective.
time? Have you been doing that for a long time?
I do. And then, October, November, I did have a fascia maneuvers class. And this week I did too on Wednesday. So,
Cool.
man, so
Are
good.
you putting that up in the fascial maneuvers and on the Circle app? Because if you do, people come. If you
Yes.
post on
Yeah.
fascial maneuvers, tag fascial maneuvers, and then also put it in the Circle app under community events. And because we have people all over asking for our classes are, and we haven't got that habit of people posting them up there.
Yes. And I'm also teaching online on the Circle app too on Thursday nights. So
Cool.
that one's been pretty fun.
That's cool.
Um, Yeah, I kind of just integrate the energy medicine yoga and kind of some integrations and working with the auric field, as well as the meridians with fascial maneuvers too. So pretty great stuff. I'm so grateful
Perfect.
for this.
Well, you're gonna love the performance program that we're doing then, because fashion maneuvers work, but we've never really told people why they work.
Oh,
So,
yes. I haven't seen it yet. When are you marketing it?
well, it's gonna come out in May. We haven't set the time. We're just putting all the stuff around it. It's a 12-month program because you can't teach it. You have to embody it.
Okay. Yes. Awesome. Love it. And I just feel like right now we're really coming to this area where I'm kind of working to step into my next line of focus and vision. And I just don't even know if it's anything that exists right now. It's so fascinating, this alignment with a new era, and the potentials and possibilities are different now. So it's so exciting.
So what is it? What are you doing?
What am I doing? Um, oh, Gary, last week, it felt like, well, I'm a Reiki master, so I'm having my first Reiki training this weekend. And last week, like this Kundalini energy started moving through me and moving out my hands to my client. It really feels like just an embodiment of light that is peace and up leveling, but I don't even know if there's a name for it. It just is holding space for whatever is ready to take shape. And
So when you're starting to get to that stage, it's part of the journey. Basically, we experience the Kundalini rising is because we're still in our bodies. But
uh-huh.
when there's no blockage between our bodies and the field, Kundalini rising is just a normal state of being. There is no rising. It's like it just is there because it's Kundalini rising still has a heavy dependency on the sensations in the body, the hormones and the feelings and stuff like that. But that's not that is not where it is. You're gonna start feeling your field basically operating from the field. That's how I work.
Wow. So what's the next step to moving into that and operating from the field?
That's why I'm doing the program because I could tell you and give you all the details, but it's an experience. And the only way to experience, like you can tell somebody about a Kundalini rising, and they could learn everything about it, but when they have it, they're like, oh my God, what is that? And that's just a precursor. That just says that your body's getting ready to take the next step. it's not a be all to end all. It's really the Kundalini rising is just the first step.
Awesome. Yeah, it feels like it's amazing, but also, yes, not quite there yet, but it's fascinating just to
It's
be in the
fascinating.
journey.
Fascinating.
To be in the journey is so cool right
It's
now.
fascinating.
Yes. It is fascinating,
Yeah,
yes.
and as your crystal opens up, you
Mhm.
become there's less lag between you and your consciousness. Right now, the part of our consciousness that's stuck is the physical body. It's holding too much stuff.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
listen. If you haven't done it yet, get into the Lifestyle Artist program because that's in
Yes.
there. Yeah, in
Yeah.
there is where we start to delve into it because there, if there's still chemicals, if there's still emotions, if there's still narratives, those are what keep us from performing fascially, let's say. And
Hmm.
it's not a it's not a like I'm at a state right now in my life where I don't know, I'm going to give it a number, 98%. I'm 98% through it. There's still things that I work through, but they are so small, and when they are, they don't distract my life. So it's the process. There's a point where no more health, no more supplements, no more movements, no more ceremonies, no more plant medicine will work. And I hit that point. And from that point to where I am now was about a year and a half, to 2 years. But it doesn't have to be that long. It can be shorter, but it is a 12-month cycle because you have to create a new state of awareness and go through all 12 states of awareness astrologically to integrate it. So that's
Yeah.
we're going to be taking through people through starting around your birthday.
Right.
Oh no, not starting around your birthday, starting in May.
May.
Last person's birthday.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah. So listen, I gotta go. I got a guest
Okay.
coming up. Looking forward to seeing
All
you.
right.
Thank you for teaching classes. Get into the Lifestyle Artist program.
I'm already there. Yes,
Okay,
I'm in
awesome.
training.
Okay, awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, just keep diving into that. And then the next thing is now start focusing on those narratives and those emotions. You're a Scorpio, they're deep.
I know. 28-degree Aries in Chiron too.
There we go. That last
I
one,
mean,
Aries,
it's
Chiron. You can't
all
make this
right.
stuff up. That
Right.
no, yeah. You're a Taurus. You're a Taurus Aries in your Chiron. She's an Aries Taurus with an Aries Chiron. You
Uh,
guys, you guys should talk. She
who
needs
is
your
that?
help. Yeah, it's okay. Hey, listen. After all the bullets and after all the bridges are burned and after all the bullets stop firing at you, you'll be right in the right spot.
Right.
Yeah, you picked a good one. Yeah, but that's what's gonna make you. That's what's making you strong in what you are.
Yeah.
Okay. Talk
All
soon.
right. Thanks,
All
Garry.
right. Okay. Graham Tuttle, Barefoot Sprinter.
He said he was coming on.
Let's see here.
Let's move it.
It's funny. Let's see if we get Graham.
Good
Graham,
morning, Gary.
I have
Oh
been
God, it's so good to see you.
I've been thinking about you nonstop for a little while. I mean, other than the fact that I say your name, your handle, like literally 40, 50 times a day, every single day. I
Oh,
can't even get you out of my mind because everything is Barefoot Sprinter routine number one, number two, number three.
there you go.
And,
Good.
and everybody knows you for that too.
Well, I would never want it to be any other way. I always think about you but I don't even have a reason to think about you. I just think about you all the time. I mean, what would Gary think about
You
this? All the
know
time,
what's
which is
something
great.
I wonder what your Chiron is now. Wonder if I have it.
What's
Hold on.
what's it? Remind me of the Chiron?
Hold on 1 second. I'm gonna go offline for
I'll just stay here. I put my reading spectacles on. Huh. Oh, The younger version of the uncle. Ugh. I don't know. Maybe it's just me talking here, and if Gary's
Okay,
gone, but
okay, got it, got it. You're 17-degree Leo. I was just thinking, okay, because we had the last two people that came on. They're Taurus, Aries, and Leo, and you got Aries, Leo, and Taurus. So you're actually in the perfect place today. And you have a Capricorn. You're basically your Chiron is teaching what's on your heart, and I'm knowing you. That's what you do. You teach what's on your heart.
yeah. Yeah, it's interesting. I think well, I'd be interested to hear your perspective on dreams because I just every night I have these vivid dreams, like it's just constant. But last night I had a dream that I was teaching people the thing that I'm interested in teaching them now. This like, recovering from injury and that whole like that sphere of like let's go from injured to like full circle healing. That's just like the psychology behind that. So, but it was interesting because I was dreaming about that last night, which is
Well, I think I mean I have a different version of dreams because you see my doppelgangers and stuff like that. I feel like we're like you have a tree that has branches and leaves, and I feel like we're all leaves on the tree.
okay.
And each one of those leaves are we're like an iPhone. We
Hmm.
we have Wi-Fi, we have Bluetooth, we have a processor, we have a hard drive, we have a display screen, we got a case that we wear around us, and we run apps and programs. And our apps and programs, some of them are we're born into this world with, some of them we download from people and situations. So we basically got all the same hardware, but they run, it looks or runs slightly different on each one. But
Yeah.
if you know one, you can figure out the other.
Yeah.
Okay, so if that's the case, and now you've seen that I have doppelgangers. I
Yeah.
show people all of my doppelgangers. So it feels like to me, knowing my doppelgangers, is I have this cathartic change in my life. I call them, and they have a physical and emotional reset that next day.
Hmm.
And so if I was to think about it, since all of humanity, all computers are designed off humanity, off humans,
Yeah.
so I would say that we're all devices, and when we go offline at nighttime, we sync up to the cloud, everything
Mm.
exchanges, and then we wake up with that.
Well, do you? I thought it's interesting because it's like the way we understand technology and the way we understand ourselves almost goes in step. It's like it's that we lack the ability to understand it until some technology gives us the ability to like reflect on ourselves externally. So it is interesting to think of the analogies that people would have made to experience or to understand themselves over, over the centuries has changed in step with technology. I always think that's interesting because now we have the conversation, we have the vocabulary of the cloud or going online or offline versus in the past it would have been more like pages in a book potentially or like something along those lines. It's interesting to think about that of like even just the understanding of like a fascial network, so to speak, is just a new thing, and the question is could you have understood that as clearly without a technology to like
Well,
mimic that, and
yes.
maybe you would have found
So
in
so
nature.
so what if technology was actually making us dumber?
That's a good point. Well, I think it does.
Okay,
That's obvious in some way.
I'll give you an example. When you get to a corporation that has like 500,000 employees, like a Fortune
Hmm.
500, a million employees, 250, they have a revenue per employee that's the same for almost every corporation.
Mm.
There's just
Yeah.
a certain amount that a human life can generate, and when you get to that scale, it starts to come into one number. Well,
Mm.
that if you adjust for inflation, okay, cost of living index,
Yeah.
purchasing power of the dollar. Over the last 40 years, specifically, specifically sharply over the last 25 years, the revenue per employee has dropped significantly, up to 40%. So that means that but the work hour has gone up
Mm.
roughly about 40% too. So we got an 80% chasm from more work and less production. And we didn't have all these computers. I'm old enough to remember not having any computers.
So the hard part about yes, that like those things are there, but the standard of living has continued to increase because even though you're old enough, like now there are computers. We're talking on a smart
So
computer
what
across
is
gaps.
define standard of
I'm
living for me?
saying the access of what people, the base level of what people have access to now, meaning you have, let's say Walmart where someone could go in and get a toothbrush. whereas
Oh yeah,
that
yeah,
was available in some sense.
those are things, right? But we had all the things that we needed because
Mm.
today we have every
It's
disease,
true.
and the history of mankind is at its peak. And if you go back and read notes, memoirs of a husband and wife just talking
Mm.
by letter from like 100 years ago, early 1920s or late 1800s. They're philosophical and
Yeah.
conversational and that. And today, the average
Those that
person
could
today couldn't
right.
even read a novel that was published
But
100 years ago.
that would be a small sample size of the people who could write, had paper and pen, whereas most of the world was still illiterate at that point, and
That
the literacy
no,
rates have gone
hold on.
down.
That's
Interesting.
actually not true. That actually is not true though. That's a story. That's a narrative.
Okay.
That is not true. The world was literate, and and we have this story about what history is. I think our history has been lied to. I think we've been lied to about our history.
I could see that to a degree, especially when it comes to things like how strong your feet are, like what the body's capable of, for
Right.
sure.
So yeah. So after what the body, which you're finding out, and you're an expert at, after what the body's capable of, what else is a lie?
Yeah, I hear that. I just sometimes I wonder the necessity. That's a good point, but how
Here's an
often?
example. Here's an example thing about like when I was a kid growing up, I had a telephone at my house, and that's it. And I
Yeah.
had a telephone at work that I wasn't allowed to use unless there's an emergency. Okay, but
Okay.
if I couldn't get a hold of you for days, a couple of days, I had an intuitive sense that you're okay, and I wasn't thinking. But right now, if I don't get a text in an hour, 2 hours, something's wrong. I would
Yeah.
call people and say, "Hey, I'll meet you in Chicago next Friday at 12 p.m. at here." And I would meet them there and it would work. Today I have maps and I have find me's and I still can't meet people.
Yeah, I mean, so there's nothing to, there's absolutely like a point that tech and all, I think Marshall McLuhan talks about this as one of the four aspects of technology as an obsolescence of our human capacity. Like that's not arguable by any means. Like I couldn't go from here. I get lost going 5 minutes across town with a map at this point. But
So do
what
you
I think is
think that
interesting,
anything, do you think that there's any technology greater than the human body?
um, well, it's hard because in some capacity, it's hard to think of the human body as that. Well, I guess it depends on what you think of the human, because I wonder how extricable the human mind, like me, is from my body. So it's like it's weird to think of. I understand what you're saying, and it's a unique. It's an interesting way of thinking about the body as technology,
Well,
but it's like the body
we
feels like
are
me.
technology.
Yeah,
We are a fluid adaptive biological computing system. We
yeah,
have we actually can feel energy. We're just not taught this. I can feel when someone's angry in a room. What's the
mhm,
biological way that happens? There's no biological explanation.
yeah.
For me to have a feeling, that feeling has to come from some transfer of data between us that I'm not consciously aware of.
So I
Otherwise, it
see,
wouldn't
yeah, I
exist.
see that. If you're looking at the human as the part of the leaves on the tree, the part of the network, so to speak, then this body is the technology I use to interface with the world. I could, yeah, that from that I definitely understand. I don't think there's anything more complex. I mean, I think it's this. That's why I'm so fascinated with just the
Yeah.
thing
So
that we're in. It's
here's
amazing.
one for you. With all the science that we have, there's every function in our body is run by a protein. Without proteins,
Okay.
nothing runs. And if proteins fold, we get disease right away. We have
Hmm.
protein folding issues, which causes by endocrine disruptors and all those other things that are out there, EMFs and all that stuff. So we've identified about 2.25 million proteins we
Hmm.
know that are there. But we only have named or 50,000 of them, and we only know what 5,000 of them do. So
Yeah.
the most important function of the human biological fluid adaptive biological computing system, we only know what 5,000 of 2 million does. How on any good consciousness can we say by any scientific measure that we understand in any way the human experience? We don't.
I think about that all the time.
Yeah, and
It's
then
one
you out
thing.
there, you're doing what I love about you is you're testing those boundaries, and
Mhm.
and that's why we're talking today.
Yeah. So on that point, Tim, I want to hear your. I'd love to hear your because it's been interesting. When you get injured after knowing things about the body, the experience is very different. So
Yeah,
about 10, 11 days ago, 10 days or maybe 12 days ago. I was at a jiu-jitsu competition and got swept, took a fall directly on my shoulder, and my shoulder joint, the AC joint, separated. Which the dislocation I used to have, for people that don't know, but I had history of dislocations like 11, and then a bunch of subluxations, and then working with you, and then understanding a little bit more about muscle engagement and contraction changed that. So like in the last 6, 7, and I go to train in jujitsu 4 times a week and lifting. Like I don't make my life easy by some stretches. I mean, we were watching the Society of the Snow last night. The people that get trapped in the Andes Mountains and they
You
plane crash. My life was very easy.
you
But
remember the
uh,
you remember the day it happened? Do you remember what was going on that day?
oh, I was at a jujitsu competition. That was
Yeah, but what was going on in your life in that day? Because that was a step 5 day if it's 12 days ago.
oh, that was such a peak day that it's hard to think about
You would have been
those
in your
things.
head all day long that day.
It was, I mean, the thing was surreal. Like you wake up and I'm like, you're just in this experience of like I'm about to go to war, and then you get there, and it was two. I ended up being two. The matches ended quickly, but I won the first one, and then the second one got hurt and lost the second one. But it was bam bam, and all of a sudden it was just like it was crazy. It was like I was like watching my life happen in front of me. It was like, oh my gosh. And then afterwards, it was this whole weird sensation of like my body is like not in a space where it's together, and I have to figure that out. And then it was just very much like going through these emotions and thoughts. But it was, it's like a day that you have kind of to unpack for days afterwards, the experience of
So
it.
how's it
So,
right now? How does it feel right now?
um, it feel like it's consistently getting better. I've got almost full range of motion. There's a little bit of stiffness, so like I could feel there's the ridge where it isn't because I could feel the fascia layering down, and kind of
So
solidify the joint.
let's try some stuff. Like try some ranges of motion.
All right, so the biggest thing, so like going to the side, raising, I can get Jin up there. It's a little weaker there because the trap.
Okay, so
That's straight up.
grab the skin in your armpit, really, really
Okay.
tight, put it in, and then push up against it so it stretches. Like see this? Pushing right in, pulling
Okay.
it
Oh, I
down.
got it.
Yeah, yeah. Like right, really even deeper in your armpit. Pin it right up in there, and then stretch away so you feel a stretching. It's gonna hurt. Feel that?
Yeah, I've done well. So I've been doing this consistently. Like
And then
what
stretch
gets me
back.
right now is cross.
Okay, good. Take your left hand, grab your skin, grab your your tricep area like this. Turn it over. I grab the hand like this so you can turn it
Hmm.
over.
Yeah, hold on, let me put my reading glasses on. Okay, get it. Yep.
Turn it, crank it over. Turn
Oh,
your hand, pull it down, and pull down on with your left hand. Pull up with your shoulder. Pull the shoulder, pinch your shoulder up against your ear, and then move the arm around like this. Lean over, like reach forward. Lean over to your left.
oh man. Yeah, that.
Okay.
Oh, oh man, it's
Then take your left hand, push down on the trap, push it
mhm.
away from you.
That's something. This is
Take your right
my
hand.
left side, so it's backwards. But
Oh
yeah.
yeah, yeah. Then take the other hand, push it away, and move your body, rotate it back and turn that shoulder. Yeah, move it around a little bit. Turn back that shoulder, turn it backwards. Keep pushing, keep stretching from the neck.
That's the one piece is missing is there. I got that.
There it is. Breathe. You said that's your right shoulder. It's your right,
Left,
right?
left.
Oh, left.
It's backwards on the. I
Okay.
think iPhone mirrored it.
Then repeat after me.
Okay.
I no longer want to carry the emotions of other people.
I no longer want to carry the emotions of other people.
I've been carrying them for too long.
I've been carrying them for too long.
I'm letting them go now.
I'm letting them go now.
Okay.
Which I definitely feel is a thing
Move
I do. I
your
very
arm
much
around.
like.
Move your arm around.
Ooh, okay. Hmm. Oh, that's much better.
So there's a physical component to the fascia. Then the fascia, how it affects the muscles, the tendons, the nerves, and the bone, the structure. But but what goes before the fascia is the perception. Like if I told you that your father died
Mm,
and you believe me, your body goes into shock. And if I
yeah.
tell you 10 minutes later that he didn't die, your body comes out of shock. And the only thing
Mm,
that changed was perception. So you do. I know you. You carry the emotions. You care so much about everybody. You carry the emotions of everybody. You're like, here, just give me your emotion.
yeah. Yeah.
So we can deal
That's
all
good.
of the physical healing in the body. We can do
Thanks,
all
Rose.
of the movements that we need to. But if I don't reset and reprogram my computer, and my computer is my fluid adaptive biological computing system. Are you there? You
Yeah.
froze.
Yeah. 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 There you go. I'm good.
Okay. Okay. So I can do all the physical work. I can do all the mechanics. I can even fix a body, and I'm really good, as you know, at fixing people's bodies.
Very
So I
true.
can get them to a point, but that last point is the words I get them to say, because what happens is my reticular activating system, which draws me towards things, or draws things towards me, or eliminates things so that I can perform in my life. My
Mm,
reticular activating system is 100% lit up when my words, when vibration of my mouth literally lights that up. So when I tell my body, it's like if you were to stand up, when we learn to stand and walk, we
mm,
actually say in our minds, not with language, we go, okay, tighten the front, straighten the back, lift the
mm.
shoulder forward and walk. And then
Yeah.
when we have a serious catastrophic injury, we actually learn to walk again by talking to ourselves. So
Yes.
the talking is part of the program, but we're no longer aware. It's called the synaptic optimized program.
Yeah.
And so what happens is when we have programs that, like, I'm going to take the responsibility of everybody else, and we keep those on there, eventually our body goes, okay, you're not listening to me. I tell you, I can't take this
Mm,
anymore. So then you
mm.
get an injury, because there's a million times that you've been in that same hold, same position, and never got injured. So why do you get injured this time?
I think about that all the time. That's part of the injury piece, and that's what I like really enjoy is that that letting that kind of like psychological full circle aspect of like getting back to the body as a whole thing that just
Yeah,
does and in some capacity. So
yeah.
it's yeah, definitely been a interesting experience. Kind of consistently going in day. It's one of those pieces. I don't know. I don't really buy much of the. I was having this conversation yesterday with someone who was saying
Hmm.
like, "Oh, did you get an X-ray?" He's like, well, sometimes you have small tears and stuff. Like, I just don't really buy that the small tears you get in labrums and ligaments and stuff like that are like,
You know what? I have pro athletes, including Olympic athletes, that have torn labrums in their hips and stuff
yeah,
like that, and
but
there is no function loss. So it's we've been taught this about how muscles move the body, but my whole theory, like, what you have, I don't know if you've heard, but I've decided that I'm finally writing the book, but I'm doing it
okay,
over 12
okay,
months.
okay,
And because I fascial maneuvers work, but I've never truly told people why they work.
hmm
So I'm going to, because in order to tell people why they work, I have to explain a new version of the human body.
mm,
And I can't believe that muscles are structure, and that the brain runs, or sorry, bones are structure, and that the brain tells muscles to move, and that's the performance of the body. If I believe that, then my theory doesn't work, and the fascial
hmm
maneuvers wouldn't work in that
hmm
capacity. So I'm doing a 12-month journey with people where I'm taking them through the book, and I'm going to give them experience every month as part of the 12 components of the body, the way I see them differently,
mm.
and let them experience it, and then all contribute towards it. So everybody who's a part of the program is actually going to be a contributor to the book.
That's
Yeah.
beautiful. There you go. That's that full online network thing. Everyone's coming together
Yeah,
in the
well,
cloud.
see, It's because what you're coming through is when I started working with you, you know a lot about the body the way it's taught currently.
Hmm.
But your experiences in the body since we started working together a year and a half ago, your experiences with the body aren't exactly commensurate with what you have learned about the
Oh
body.
yeah.
And you're so cool about it. You just go, this is my experience. This is my reality. Let me explain it, which is how
Hmm.
I did it.
Yeah. Yeah, it's an amazing thing just when you start to measure your lived experience against you try to pair these pieces up, but it's like, what am I seeing in other people's lives? What do I feel intuitively? And then what is the overall philosophy about how this is supposed to work? And in some capacities, I try to it's almost like whenever I have coaching clients I'm working through, I'm like, I try to explain that like the way we're taught is this compressive model. It's like the pillars of the Colosseum are stacked on top of one another, but it's like there's this biotensegrity model of everything is connected, and there's this beautiful, intelligent network that has wisdom. It's like even looking, just the swelling around the shoulder, for example, for the next few days, like that's the body creating its own cast to hold the joints together while it layers fascia down, and so then as I went for, I was like, this is going to last for about a week. And then after that, I have to unstick myself and reconnect, like remind, like talk to myself. Tricep does this, pec does this, lat. And then it's when I have that, then it's a matter of like putting those into the movements and then incorporating that and finding the tissue. Like the whole process just unfolded. And I'm like, it's only because I have this confidence in this more dynamic model of the human
Yeah, the
that I
body
could
will
see
heal
that.
itself, is what you believe.
Yeah, but it's giving me a lot more empathy for where I was in the past, and B, where most people are, where they go and say, "Oh, this thing happened," and they get in shock, and then they go to the doctor. They sit for 3 hours in the ER room, and they get a scan, and the scan is either inconclusive or shows some tear, and some X-ray technologist or X-ray with the person that reads it, or
You
an
have a
MRI.
tear. You're never going to work again.
Exactly, and it's like we need surgery,
Or,
and and then
or like your protege, the one-footed sprinter.
yeah, I was just talking to him this week. Ross is doing good. But like those kind of things, it gives you the hard part is pairing that it's fear based in that because in some capacity it's like all right, it's one thing to have an injury, which is common. It's one thing to like have hope and faith in a more I don't know ingrained embodied capacity to heal and trust the wisdom of your body. But it's another thing to actually do that step by step. And that's been tough because it's like, I'm saying, okay, a week from now, I expect to be here, or 2 weeks, I expect to be here, 3 weeks, I expect to be here. And so far, every prediction has been lined up. But the lived experience of every day has been it's just challenging because it's like, I'm still like, there's still, there's a process. And it's like, the body went through experience and there are associated limitations each day. And it's trending upwards, but it's easy to get impatient. It's easy to like want to skip the learning lessons. But I think even today was a great reminder. It's like of just hey, there's an emotional, psychological experience that also needs to pair with that too. And if
That's
you
right.
skip that part, you get stuck in your recovery.
So I have, like with Ross,
Mhm.
there was one, the emotional experience. I mean, that Liz Frank break he shouldn't even be walking on it
Yeah,
today. And he's
yeah,
and he's fully functioning now. The reason why is because, and as he came, there was all of these layers that he was unwinding in the experience. And what you're doing is you're unwinding the layers of belief. Like for me,
mhm.
I didn't have a guide through this journey. There
Yeah,
was no one that showed me fascial maneuvers or the body really heals. I just had all this science that says when you're messed up and you break, like I had all these people say it's all natural, but like what happens when you break a bone? And I'm like, well, wait a second here. We say the body heals, but a bone doesn't heal. So what happens
yeah.
100 years ago when 97% of people couldn't get surgery and they broke their leg? Did we shoot them? Put them down like a
That,
horse?
yeah. I think it's always because both things, bones were probably firmer and tougher from better nutrition than, and B, we were just we had an ingrained intuition of like, yes, well, my body will heal this,
Yeah,
like it
we
will
were
get through this.
taught somewhere
Yeah,
along the line that we're dependent upon this medical system.
yeah,
And that's what you're working through is the way that we learn the human body makes us victims of experience,
yeah.
not having experience be a part of our growth.
Absolutely. And that's what I was trying to hint at or get at earlier is like when you know more things about the body, the experience of injury is very different. And there's a level of like you were forced to cover. So even you'll be interested in this. So after a bunch of dislocations and like let's say trauma to the shoulder, so to speak, there were like these. I could feel these. I don't say calcify, but just like adhesions and knots, for lack of a better word, that were like under the scapula. So I would move my shoulder blade around and just get chunk 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 like in these areas.
Yeah.
And in some capacity, it was like what I now. So yesterday, of just having been going every injury I have, so you would, unfortunately, people would like, the hope would have been that as you learn more about the body, you never get hurt again. But I've realized that, like, as I learn more, if I learn more, I keep doing more. I learn more, I do more. And so my levels go up, but I still get injured because life happens. Still you still run and push your body, and there's things that if you're growing, you'll bump into growing
Yeah.
pains. And so in this recent one, it's a same shoulder, but it's a very different injury. So I'm approaching it slightly differently. But that's forcing me to really mind the details of like, okay, this movement. Maybe there are certain things that like I just had kind of skipped in the past, and in doing so, I found this spot that felt like the shoulder blade was just working over this knot. And I realized, okay, let me stay here. And I just worked probably 100, 200 times, these little revolutions. And I could just feel this slow little area of this adhesion, this fascia,
Unraveling.
something was there.
Yeah.
And a little, I just stayed there for about 5 or 10 minutes. And then all of a sudden just melted and all is gone. And it's that idea, though, that like in my preconceived notions of what my body is and what I'm doing and like the areas I didn't want to look at, it's like I skipped details that needed to come back. And so eventually it's like, we're going to hit you harder in this way. And so, again, you don't take it as a negative because the body will heal and come back. And the things I'm able to do now after all the shoulder dislocations that I never thought I could do, like jujitsu, for example, it gives me hope that you're continuing to like, well, not even hope. It's like, it's codified experience that is like, yes, this is definitely something that will continue. I'm not, I'm not going to be worse off.
So some of the great, so I've had some things because over the years my hips, most people
Mm.
their hips are like this. My
Yeah.
SIs had gone out, slightly fused on my left side, so I wasn't able to like, no matter what I did, I couldn't move my hip.
Yeah.
And then I went, woof, bang! I fell on my ass, and then I got up, and it was the most painful thing I ever had. And then my hip started working,
Yeah.
and it's like, what if they weren't injuries? What if they were corrections?
And then, which is pairs with the psychological experience of, no one thinks that you come into the, which is interesting because no one thinks that you come in the world, well, like there's a healthiness, but it's like you're perfect. It's like you come in the world naive and you pick up stuff. Like you just pick up things that you hear from people that may or may not be true, but you believe it because you're a child, you don't know any different. And so the corrections in some sense that orient, and again, it's not like I don't know what to speak about like a universal truth, but just like to see things more clearly in that process of like, okay, this is, I can see that maybe my preconceived notion that I'm, I can't think of it, like I'm broken, flawed, or I'm worthless, whatever it is. Some of these things that you may have picked up along the way as just bad ideas that stuck to you because you didn't have a better idea. Um, those corrections manifest in the body somehow because it's like
There
if I'm
you go.
sad, like
And
my body will shape to that,
That's
and
and
it's
that
interesting to do
that's
that.
where I came from. I mean, you've been watching my change. I mean, I haven't
Absolutely.
seen you physically, but I'm a different human being, like in every way, shape, or form.
Yeah, I
I'm a
saw
different human
you the
being.
other day without your shirt on. You look good. Your body is changing too. It's
Yeah, but I
great.
don't. But the thing is that not since my routine has been consistent for the last 4 years, and my
So
food has been consistent. The thing that changed it at the end, like the biggest change for me, has not been anything physical. It's
it's
what you're
psychological.
calling and talking about
Yeah,
today. It's about my emotional, perceptual
yeah.
state, which is why I'm going to now start sharing this experience with the world because I wanted to get to the other side of performance. Like I can
Mhm.
put you on my back and run up a hill without even busting a sweat right
You
now. And
do that for me.
yeah, I'll do that for you. And but I want the world to see that side of it because I didn't
Yeah,
want to talk about it until I was there. And now
yeah.
I'm here.
Well, so that's one of the interesting things. When you first came out to Super Training, and I met you, I don't know, a year and a half ago. Uh, One of the things that just struck me was that everybody you're with, the eyes, maybe it was like the sclera, the white part, or whatever, it was super clear, but it was just this bright, wide, hopefully everyone was just, yeah. And it's interesting because maybe before the body catches up, the eyes show a forward intent of like, okay,
It
we're
is.
here and we're making this
Yeah.
direction because it's like you can see the darkness or the light in someone's eyes, and it's like it just takes time for the body and the emotions and the experience to catch up to manifest that. But it is very interesting to just note that, and then to see your change. But it's like I could tell that there's something interesting. Is like all of them have this like beautiful, very bright and like clear eyes, and I thought that was like
Yeah.
a directive, because it's like, okay, the eyes are there, but the body's there. But the body is just part of the lessons that are coming, but the eyes are showing the
You
intent. So
can
it's really cool.
actually, the eyes are the window to the soul. And when
Yeah.
the eyes are bright, the body eventually clears itself. When the eyes go dark, look out.
Yeah, and that's even cool too from a like a, I don't know what you call it, scientific, whatever you want to call that. But like the sunlight that comes into the eyes, like the clearer the eyes are, the better the blood gets filtered as it goes through that, and that filters the body. And there's so many things that you could layer as just
It,
like
it's
multiple
part of
ways
it.
to understand that.
It's
Yeah,
part of it. We are a fluid adaptive biological computing system.
I just think
You
it's the
know,
coolest thing ever.
hey, uh, I've got a guest coming on,
Absolutely,
but I want to talk. I mean, it's time for us to catch up.
absolutely.
I want to, because we're going on tour,
Yeah,
and maybe you can stop in some of the spots. We're going on a
let me
little
know.
tour, and because I want to take the next step and move you into that performance step. Because we've been
Okay,
in the, I mean, you've been performing, but you've been using fascial maneuvers
every
predominantly to
day.
remove.
Yeah, every day for the last since I've met you. I've done some type of fascial maneuver. Get up in the morning, get outside, stand on the ground, look at the sun, move. It's just part of my life, and then inextricable from the fact that I'm constantly like you just feel in different areas. Like it's you just you experience the body differently once you understand that perspective.
I'm looking forward.
But
Yeah, let's talk offline,
okay,
and let's arrange to get together again.
appreciate you. All right, talk soon, Gary.
Love you,
Bye.
brother.
Of course.
Bye.
Let's see.
Okay. Can't log on. Go live. I got you, Martha. Got you here. Let's see if we can get you up. You were coming near Toronto. Near Toronto, New York, Toronto. Martha. Martha. Martha Downer. Okay. I'm just trying to bring Martha live. Martha is a pelvic floor specialist out of the UK. Where are you? How come it's not
She
working?
just dropped. Can you see her? She dropped a note in the.
Yes, I saw her trying to pick her up from there. So I'm trying to go live with Martha. It says I can. Instagram's been doing some weird things last couple of days. Weird things. Marta is unable to join. Huh. Marta, can you try to request to go live by pressing the button right here? See if you can come up and I can see you. I can't even look at it. It's not even giving me other. I can't see.
She just waved at me.
I can't see any requests. It says I can't request to join. Oh. We're having some Instagram issues. Instagram Meta went down the other day. They're rebooting their whole system, and yeah, it's weird stuff. But um, I'm trying to. I can't even see who's requesting to go live right now. That whole feature has been taken away from me all of a sudden.
That's weird.
Yeah, so I'm not sure what's going on. So what do you guys think? Hey, put some comments in there while we're figuring this out. What do you guys think about that conversation?
Listen to the birds.
The birds are going crazy. What's going on here?
Where's Sky? Hold on.
Yeah, we're the dogs now. The next thing, like I can't even see who's requesting to join. Yeah, try to shut down Instagram, Marta, and then start up again. Yeah, so I'm trying to. Yeah, the request to join, I get a list of people. It's not even letting me do that.
Have her try to go live on her account first. Make sure that the camera settings are.
I do have a guest. Oh, come on, if you don't have a guest. Yes, I do. And I'm trying to. Hi, Magda. Why don't you put Magda 777? Okay, could go live on my own account. Okay, I'm gonna try again. It could, Marta, it could be Instagram. I'm having an issue. I can't see who's even requesting live right now. Trying. Yeah, I know you guys can request, but I can't see the request the people, and she was having a request issue. Now the request button disappeared. Won't let me request either. Yeah, well, I guess so. What happened is that Meta, including Instagram and Facebook and all that, went down serendipitously the other day. That just happened to be a day that there were some primaries in the United States election, and then they also use that to update software. Where so there's a whole new software update, all kinds of new features and stuff coming out. Yeah, it's not even letting me bring up anybody.
She's troubleshooting up herself.
Yeah, I saw her doing that. So I'm holding the request a button, the join button, and I'm getting nothing. So I can't. It's not letting me. Huh. Martha, the universe is trying to keep us apart. That's because you're a 0-degree Grandmaster Capricorn, and I'm a Grandmaster Sag on the other side. So, like in consciousness, I'm right here and you're right here. We're almost touching. That's why. Get off and come back. It's interesting. Sydney, if you are 29-degree in your sun sign, Leo, then message me with a copy of your chart. Being oversensitive. What about being oversensitive? If you're stressed out, you're oversensitive. Your body's in stress. Yeah, I see Marta started a live video. Yeah. This is not it's not you, Marta. No, it's not you. What's this 29-degree mean? Well, there's 30 degrees in consciousness. A co-host of their live video. I can't do that, can I? So invited me to be a co-host of their live videos. I've never done that before.
She's trying to go live with you.
Yeah, but she knows that she went and invited me from her live.
Yeah.
But I don't know if because
It'll
if
kick you off your live.
it kicks me off, it takes all my audience
Yeah,
away.
it'll take you off on
Yeah.
your live.
Hi, Colleen. Yeah, it was awesome seeing you there in LA.
I asked her to come back and try.
To learn the degrees and learn about them, I suggest you go to astro.com, you can read out, but go to Serious Joy, go to our partners, go to our products and our partners, and then from there, go to Serious Joy and you can sign up for $3.99 for the first month. It will tell you about your whole story and you can go from there. You can quit if you want. It's $20 a month after that, but if you don't want it, you can quit, but it'll give you your whole profile story. I think you'll find it super valuable. Yeah, I'm not allowed to, it's not letting me let anybody. Yeah, no, sometimes it's just not meant to be. Okay, I'm trying again, Marta. Go to our products, our website, and go to our products, and then our partners, and go to Serious Joy. Yeah, I know you can go live on yours, Marta. It's not to do with yours, it's to do with Instagram. No one, there's lots of people that are able to even request live, and I can't see any of the requests right now. Marta, we're gonna have to do this again. I guess and today's a Capricorn day, and you're a Grandmaster Capricorn. It's not you. Oh man, that is so funny. It's a Capricorn day. You're 0 degrees Capricorn. Okay. Okay, everybody. I think I'm just gonna take that as a sign. So I'm gonna sign off. I'll see you guys on Monday. Look for some really cool stuff coming next week. I just tell you that I had some of the most unique experiences when I was in LA. One of them, I do help people specifically that are on our team or in our programs from time to time when time allows. So I was working with Puric. He's on our story right now. Go check it out. Go check out our story. And you'll see Puric had a medical injury from medical treatment, and he was in a coma. And he had a craniopathy where they actually took out the cranial bones to stop the brain from expanding. He couldn't walk, couldn't talk, had to learn all that again. And I wanted to show the power of 45 minutes of partnered fascial maneuvers and what it can do. So you can see his photos on our story right now. It is a story. It is a story. I won't tell you too much, but basically, he's in a coma. Their doctors and nurses are telling the parents to shut it off, and he can hear it. You feel that? My gosh. Can you imagine that? That's a trauma in itself. Okay, so that's coming next week. Look for the schedule next week. We'll have that up, and we'll see you guys. Have a great
Sunday, Vancouver.
Oh, Sunday in Vancouver. Sunday in Vancouver. If you haven't done it yet, Sunday in Vancouver. Cynthia is going to be at the Vancouver location Sunday. So you can go register for that. If you're anywhere around Vancouver, in the Vancouver area, get out there, and I'll put a video about that today. Thanks, guys.